kasih ketusae kasih kesepilot dan langane. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hi, hello judges, good morning. I'm Malinda SAPUTRI. In this occasion, I will tell you about Dawisri's story. Without any longer, please enjoy it. Long time ago, on the island of Java, there were no rice plants. The people of the earth had the only ground cassava for their daily food. Rice was only permitted to be grown in heaven. At that time, rice was the food of God. One day, the young man was allowed to come to heaven. He saw the gods were eating a delicious food he had never seen on earth before. The young man didn't know that the food he saw was rice. The fragrant smell of the rice made the youth mouth water. How he wished to touch the delicious rice. He came to Dawisri, the goddess of rice. He entreated Dawisri to be permitted to stay in heaven and to learn to grow rice. Dawisri, the goddess of rice, I beg to be permitted to stay for a while in heaven. Please allow me to help learn, harvest, and pound your rice. I want to help. I want to take this rice, even if only a little, said the young man. Dawisri, who was wise and kind-hearted, agreed that request. Did you know that the rice comes from these plants? You may work here and learn to be a farmer and cultivate rice. Yes, thank you, my goddess! The young man was very joyful. Dawisri taught the young man how to plant rice, how to plow the rice field, how to soften the soil, and others. When all of his work was done, the young man was allowed to taste the delicious rice. It was delicious. He ate it many times. The young man stayed in heaven and learned rice farming well. However, after several years of hard work as farmer in heaven, the young man decided to go back home to earth. He longed for his family, relatives, and neighbors. How happy they'd be if the people on Java Island could enjoy the delicious rice, he thought. By eating rice, the people could become as healthy and strong as the gods. The young man approached Dawisri and asked permission to go down to earth to visit his family and friends, whom he had not seen in such a long time. Dawisri agreed. But very early in the morning, without the god's knowledge, the young man took several ripe rice stalks. He carried them with him to earth. Arriving on earth, the young man planted the rice grain just the way he had learned in heaven. The rice grew rapidly. He worked hard and his plant developed well. As soon as he had a harvest, the young man gave rice seeds to all of his neighbors and showed them how to plant and care for the rice. Eventually, all places on Java Island were covered with rice plants. One day, the gods came to visit earth. How startled they were to see a golden rice plant stretching in all directions. They hurried back to heaven and reported to Dawisri. rice was only permitted only in heaven. The gods were furious. The young man, JUFRI, descended to earth. She knew this must be because of the young man who had helped grow rice in heaven. He must have stolen the rice seeds when he left heaven. She soon met that young man. At first, JUFRI was angry. Young man, why did you bad time at us? You shouldn't have stolen rice. This is the food of God, said JUFRI. Forgive me, JUFRI. I didn't do it for my own interest. I brought the rice back for the benefit of all the people on Java Island. These people had only casavas to eat. I know I angered you, JUFRI. I'm willing to accept punishment for what I've done, said the young man. JUFRI's anger subsided. The kind-hearted young man had intended to do something sincere and noble because he thought of other people. I forgive you, but you should always ask permission first and not take things by stealing. As punishment for this, I will never allow another human to come to heaven, the place where the gods live, replied JUFRI. Before JUFRI flew back to heaven, she spoke once more. You will be allowed to cultivate this rice. In order to make the rice grow rapidly, plant the rice at the right time. I will give a sign from heaven by dropping jasmine flower from my hairband. This is the sign for that season for planting has come. So now, the Javanese rice goddess is known as JUFRI or Bosri. That's my story. Thank you for listening. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.